Hello, good day. I am Maureen Kings and this is ABC of Real Estate Investment. Today's episode will be looking at land banking lessons, land banking stories from Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Yes, we'll be looking at stories. So when you listen to people's stories, you will learn a lot of lessons. So the land banking stories we'll be discussing in this series, we'll be learning some lessons from it. What are the land banking lessons that we learn from this great man, Alhaji Dangote? Yes, Alhaji Dangote is one of the richest man in Africa, and we are learning things from the wealthy people so that we can follow their footsteps and also arrive at the same destination. Yes, the land banking lessons we are learning from Alhaji Dangote is number one, Dangote buys the bush. Dangote buys the bush. When you tell Dangote, when you look at the massive acres of land he got at Ibejuleki, he didn't get them in the developed areas. He got them in the bush. He went into the bush. Then when you look at where the cement factory is also, so he buys the bush. Alhaji Dangote buys the bush. He buys the places that are not developed. He buys the places that are not attractive. He buys the places that are outskirts. He went into the farm area in Ibejuleki to get that massive acres of land that he's using for the petrochemical, for the agric fertilizer, the fertilizer plant, the petrochemical, the jetty. He has a massive place at Ibejuleki. So when you are asked to buy the bush, you know that's a challenge of many of us. We don't want to buy the bush. We want to buy our environment. Can you afford to buy your environment? Buy the bush today. Because when you are buying the bush, you are buying at a very low price. You are buying at a very, very low price. Because it's not attractive, because nobody is looking at it, that is when you should buy. Because no one is interested in it. So don't look down on buying the bush. The wealthy people, that's what they do. They go into the bush and they buy massive area in the bush because they know that the bush today is the city of tomorrow. Dangote knows that bush is buying today. A time will come that the petrochemical may not be working as much as it's working now or that valuable as it is now. It still has real estate. It still has renter. It still make renter income. It still can sell those properties. So when you are asked to buy the bush today, please do buy the bush because that is the best time to buy when the place is not developed, when the place is an outskirt. Yesterday, in our previous episode, we have discussed about worst advice when buying land. Because most of the worst advice we get from people, because most times when we want to buy land, we don't consult the right people. We consult our friends, we consult our family members, we consult our colleagues that may not even have a piece of land to their name. And they tell you it's too far, it's bushy. So Dangote buys the bush. Alhaji Dangote buys the bush because he knows that the city is coming to meet them in the bush. Yes, the city will always get to the bush. Because the massive influx of people into a particular city, the mega city will keep moving and people will keep moving into the bush. So the city will meet Dangote in the bush. So don't feel don't feel down buying the bush. That is the best time to buy when it's still a bush. So I've come to tell you one of the lessons learned from Alhaji Dangote today is that Dangote buys the bush. Number one. So number two, Alhaji Dangote buys in bulk. He buys in bulk. If you want to do land banking, you want to be successful doing land banking, don't buy one plot. You know, most of the time, when you tell people to come and buy reluctantly, it's not that they cannot afford it. So